Hello, my friends. Welcome. And I see someone writing here, Ali Robert, it's your day. My guess is it's your birthday. So happy birthday to all who are born on February 11th. 2/11. What an amazing portal day. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to those who will be joining me live today, and welcome to those who will be coming in on the replay. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Jessica. So how wonderful. Today is 2/11. It's February 11th. And I wanted to talk about what the energy of 211. What does it mean? What is it that as you're seeing this number, how is it showing up for you? And what is really a message behind it? Really, let me first start by whatever you're seeing, whether it is divine synchronicities, you are seeing a reflection from the outside that really is showing to you that you are awakening or you are recognizing your spiritual self in your physical reality. Okay, so that's the number one. No matter what the numbers are, and we all as humans, we all, including me, hi beautifuls, we have a tendency to kind of get caught up and hung up on what does many times, because I've done so many of the number videos and people ask me about, if I've done a video on, let's say 717, then the question comes, what is 771? So if we understand the basic idea of what is taking place when you're seeing the numbers, is that the universe is always conversing with you. Whatever is taking place on the internal is going to be reflected back to you from your external reality in some form or the other. And numbers or something unique, or let's say you begin to see a rainbow where it's just sunny and there's no rain, it's going to catch your attention. So something that kind of catches your attention tends to be a string of numbers. Now, so like I said, hello, beautiful, hi, welcomes. So keep that in mind as we begin, or as you are seeing this part in your journey. Let's talk about 211, and I'm also going to talk about liminal space. I am a Shiv Yoga follower, I'm a Shiv Yogi, and my guru had talked about liminal space. And since I heard that lecture, since I heard that transmission from my guru, it has been coming in my heart to talk about it. And I was kind of tying in everything together with February 11th, 211, but even otherwise, anytime you're seeing the numbers 211 and what it means to be in a liminal space and what it represents. Okay, let's first start by breaking down the numbers. Good to see you all. Welcome, Flows Grows, Prashansa, Denise, Amber, Earth Angels, Jessica. Welcome, my beautifuls. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So let's start with the number 2. Number 2 is associated with our feminine energy. It is the energy that represents both grace and power. It's very symbolic of the lunar energy. Like we have the solar energy and then we have the lunar energy. So the number 2 represents our lunar energy. Good morning, my Dirk Ellis. Yes, hi. I know you're Aquarius. So welcome to the Aquarius season here. I gotta go live in Aquarius season, right? So it's very lunar energy is symbolic of the cycles of balance that exist within all of nature. Okay, so when you're seeing the numbers 2, also know that the embodiment of the number 2 is intuition. 1, I'll go over that again. We did that on 111. We talked a lot about the masculine energy. Now 2s is going inward. It aims at bringing balance in. And look, I got 2 crystals to show you this. All right. So we have these 2 crystals here. Okay. So this one is like a clear quartz. It's a clear crystal pyramid. And this is a lapis lazuli. So when you're on 1, so it's just you existing here. So it's me. I have no idea what I look like. There's nothing to compare myself with. The color, the shape, where I'm meant to be, right? Now, an entry of another one comes in, and there is a energetic exchange taking place between the two. Right now there's a flow of energy that's coming in between these two elements, these two individuals, these 2 points. Now we can say, oh, I'm clear. No, I'm blue. So it's offering a different perspective. So that's why it talks about duality, is because it's representing two individualities. Because if this was existing by itself, it's not going to know its properties. You begin to do listen to this part, because I think this is important as a setting tone for what I'm going to talk about, the number 11. Okay, which we see a lot of, right? So in this one, it has no way of knowing. It doesn't know, should I do this? Should I do this? It's just me, right? Now I look at it and I get a point of comparison. Now, when the energy is flowing between these two, the energy can flow in harmony, that there is, we have like similar thoughts. Oh, that's wonderful. Or it can come through major contrast and repulsion. Like, I absolutely don't like what you're saying. No, you're wrong in what you're saying. No, you're wrong, right? So there is an energetic flow that is created whenever there are 2 points of comparison. Okay, so it is, when I'm reading and writing about the angel numbers, they say it's a reminder to honor your relationships and compromise when needed. I'm going to talk about what I kind of wrote from what I read online, but primarily the key is to understand, why do we talk about 2 is the number for duality, and why is it considered an intuitive number? 1 is about action, and 1 is about going outward and expressing itself, and 2 is about within the space. So it's an internal place. So it creates, you need to have an awareness. So 2s will bring about awareness. Now, awareness of what? I've already told you, right? Duality. So instead of looking at duality as a negative thing, if we can understand that, for me to understand myself, for me to know that I am clear quartz, okay, this is my individual properties in this life, in this incarnation, I must see this other thing that looks like blue and it has gold specks. Do I like the blue and the gold specks? I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Right? So this gives us a chance. There is a flow that is created between the two. It gives us a chance to harmonize the differences, or we are repelled by differences. Oh my God, this is me. This is my religion. This is the way I look. I'm a female. You're a male. No, I'm neither. No, I live in this country. No, I live in that country. No, I believe in this religion. Look at the differences. Now, when we are looking at the 2, we are definitely looking at differences. Only if the whole world could understand, right? Yeah, then we would all be in that space, that it really, Earth space offers us this place to understand the dynamic between 2. And the dynamic between 2 can be a harmony, or it can be a discordant. Now, that's where the number 211 is coming in. I'm going to talk about the service later. So I wanted to talk about the energies always moving. Hello, Brenda. Hello, beautifuls. Hi. Energy is always moving and manifesting into form. So both the death and rebirth cycles offer value and clarity that can assist us with fulfilling our highest purpose. Right? Yes, thank you. I'll talk about choice also, Dirk. I'm definitely going to talk about this. Yes. So, 2 resonates with the energy of balance, trust, faith, devotion, and union. I'm going to get back to this part again. Let's talk about what Dirk has mentioned about there, about choice. Yes, 2s are also about choice. Many of you follow my tarot readings and all. So we're looking at 2. If you look at the major arcana, the major arcana number 2 is the high priestess. High priestess is hidden knowledge, is the realm of the subconscious. It's something that we don't see, right? I can see myself when I see a reflection outside, and what is it representing? Then I get to know my own nature, right? Through an external reflection back. Now, 2s also, if you look at 2 of wands, 2 of swords, 2 of cups, okay, 2 of pentacles, any of those elements, what are we looking at? There's always an element of choice, right? Dirk mentioned that, and thank you for bringing that up. Duality also means you have a choice. Now, what does it mean by two of choice? Let's take tarot, okay? For those of you who are not familiar, I'll keep explaining along the way. So let's start with two of swords energy. Two of swords, generally in tarot, swords, FYI, air element. Air element is thought. It's mental energy. It is communication. So when we are at two of swords, it's talking about there are 2 points of ideas. Okay, Archana has this idea and A, B, and C outside has another idea. Now, these ideas can be clashing. So when the two of swords is showing up, it's telling us that there seems to be an inability to make a choice. Okay, inability, well, no, let me rephrase that. That you're not really sure. Should I choose this wand or should I choose this wand? I'm not sure. Right? Because this person has presented their ideas to me and this person has presented their ideas to me. I'm not really sure which direction to go. That gives us the two of swords. So it's a point of choice, right? Do I want to choose this or do I want to choose this? Now, let's move into the two of cups. The two of cups. Cups is the emotional energy, okay? The emotional energy, the water energy, that is very psychic. It's very intuition. It is our love, okay? Our emotional energy, okay? So when we are talking about cups, we're talking about love, we're talking about emotions. Now, the two of cups in tarot generally represents an equal pouring of love. So, when you read this online about the angel number 2 is talking about balance and harmony. Now you understand when you're talking about two of cups, we are pouring that love in, right? Can I pour understanding to understand that this blue pyramid is allowed to have its own opinion, because just the way I have my opinion and my thought forms and my emotional energy, so does this. And the two of cups is saying the two of us are exactly the same. We're different, yet exactly the same, made of the same materials. And you're pouring in, I'm pouring in the blue energy here, I'm pouring in the white energy here. And together we are blending and creating. Now the two of cups feels so much in harmony, does it not? Right. So that's why when you're seeing the numbers 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, anything over here, and if there are the emotional energy, because I felt blockage in my throat chakra. So whenever there are blockages, what do we mean by blockages? There's a resistance. I'm resisting that there is a blue. Oh my God, this blue is the most hideous color in the universe. I hate it with all my emotion, right? So that's a resistance you've created within the self in accepting what is. You're wanting things to be, all pillars should be clear white quartz crystal. I want to replicate myself. I want to duplicate myself. You're not saying it, but that's the energy that we are. That's the energy that's a belief that we are working with. Okay, so that's why when we are talking about the number 2, it's talking about peace and harmony. Can we bring understanding? So whenever you're seeing the numbers 2, my friends, whether you're seeing them in 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, any combo, forget what's coming in between. Don't get too nitty gritty about it. Take the bigger picture, take the higher approach. The 2s are asking about, where am I creating balance, or where is there discord in my life? So whenever you're seeing the numbers 2, whatever else around with it, notice around you what is taking place for you. What is taking place in your relationships? Are you being too judgmental and critical? I catch myself all the time. Critical energy just kind of seeps in within me, and I'm finding myself judging another. Right? Because I've been doing this work for a while now, I have greater awareness of my shadow sides and of my own self. Right? So be mindful of what the energy is bringing forth. And can you bring in understanding? Can we bring in collaboration? Can we bring in harmony through acceptance, through forgiveness, and through compassion? Those are the qualities of the feminine energy. Therefore, the 2 talks about is a lunar energy. Does it kind of make sense? Now, let's move into the 2 of Wands. Okay, what is the 2 of Wands? The 2 of Wands energy is fire. It's creativity. It is our passion. It is our desires. I desire to express this or that in the world, right? It's the creative fire. Now, the 2 of Wands represents literally like this, okay? So it is representing a pathway. So when you're talking about even choices, now the next part of the 2s is it is creating a pathway for you. And the Two of Wands is the pathway that you choose based on the choices that you make. Okay. And I also talk about why we are always afraid of making a wrong choice. Okay. So that's a Two of Wands. You're making a decision again. You're making a choice. This is me. I want to collaborate with Blue Energy, and together, we can make great stuff happen. Yeah, let's get into business partnership. Yeah, let's get into love partnership. Let's get into a friendship group, right? So you're creating now a pathway. Now we're coming into the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is our earth element. The earth element is everything with the physicality. Now, when you're talking about physicality, you're holding something in one hand, you're holding something in the other. And many times you are wondering, when I'm focusing on one, the other is going out of balance. So the Two of Pentacles talks about creating a balance. And that's why, do you see what the thing that I've written up here, which I found like online on beautiful like Ask Angels and other websites who have done amazing stuff. They talk about Two offers the energy of peace, harmony, collaboration, working together. And it is a reminder to intentionally tend to balance your experiences, okay? And honor your relationships and compromise when needed. Now, those words we read, but now do you understand, because you follow a lot of tarot, right? With me and with other people. And now we've talked about the energy moving. Okay. All right. I've talked about the High Priestess. I've talked about balance. It says Two is a number of balance, prosperity, teamwork, peace, harmony, prosperity. Well, let me touch upon prosperity. Prosperity, we always, in simple words, we always think of prosperity in terms of money and wealth, okay? And then, I'm prosperous in my well-being and all of that. Most people, the first word that comes to prosperity equals money, or prosperity equals wealth. Now, when you're not just headstrong about me, I'm being a little bit malleable by understanding another viewpoint. Now you've created great flow. Now there's no tension, there's flow. There is no competition, it is collaboration. Now with collaborative work, this blue energy has all these different skill sets, and this white energy has different skill sets. And when we're combining the two, we have multiplication, synergy is created, right? So when synergy is created, then there is a flow. You're not resisting the flow of the universe, so prosperity will flow. Does it make sense? Okay. So I think I did talk about this in when I did the 111. If you're inclined to watch that video, it should be up on my channel. When we did the live session on 111. So I talked a little bit about that. We have the negative and the positive poles when we talk about duality, and they're always seeking to come in balance. Always seeking to come in balance. So this duality is every aspect of our life, like day and night, good, bad. This is good, this is bad, this is life, this is death, this is light, this is dark, this is sun, this is moon. So there just seems to be a lot of opposites. And the purpose of us being here on earth is to understand the opposites and create, if you could see what I'm drawing here, is the infinity symbol, is what I was feeling. Infinite flow. All right, let's move on. I will touch upon one later, or maybe I'll just touch a little bit about it. One is a single point of focus, right? And it doesn't really mean much without it being compared to, we talked about that. Now, the one is about the new beginnings. The one is about, newness. It's about change. It's about leadership. It's about self-confidence. It's about power. It's about action. One is power. One is independence. One is confidence. And one is action. Okay, so it's newness and new beginnings. That's what this number energizes in your life. Okay, so one will push you to push boundaries, push you to take a step forward, to take a leap forward. Remember, I don't know if any of you swim or if you had learned how to swim at one point. I just remember, that I was so afraid of, I was so young and I was so afraid of getting on that diving board and diving into the swimming pool. It was like the most ghastly experience for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm literally going to die this second. I was young. And then my father would just tell me, you have to do this, Archana. And he had put me in all these classes and I was more stressed, like I'm not going to be able to learn how to swim and I'm going to just like literally go into the water. And I just remember that it used to be so hard. I would climb up the diving board and come there to the edge and it would be like, no, I think the person behind me can go forward. I don't think I can do it. And finally, one time I just saw my dad's face. He was going to get super mad. That was more scary than me taking the dive in. And once I dived in, I swear to God, this experience just came up. I never thought about this experience for the last 20, 30 years of my life. I remember going in and I thought, oh my God, I've reached the end of the bottom of the swimming pool and never going to be able to go up. And I'm just literally going to die now. And suddenly I see myself like coming up. And the moment I gasped for air, it was the most thrilling experience, right? It was the most thrilling experience. So what did it need? It needed confidence, right? It needed confidence. It needed that surge of energy, and the surge of energy comes from our root, from our sacral, and then our solar plexus, sun, the masculine energy, and it gives you that boost. It's like that ignition, right? You know, when the rockets are going up, you need that ignition. So one is that igniting power, the confidence and power to take a plunge forward, to take a step forward. One is also that energy that pushes you to take a risk in life. Okay, so when the risk-taking ability is based on that. All right, now let's talk about the big number, and that's why I'm doing all of these on 11. Next month I'm going to go live on 3/11. Okay. 11. Let's talk about number 11. Now, number 11 is considered very prophetic and a spiritual number. It relates to your karma. It relates to spiritual awakening. And it is called the master teacher. Now, you know why? Do you know why it's called that? I'm seeing a lot of 8s on my screen right now. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 11 is called, it is a call of awakening, code of awakening, aligning to your spiritual self. What does it really mean? What does it really mean to align with your spiritual self? Or people talk about, oh, make a wish on 11/11. And I'm thinking to myself, I remember seeing 11/11. When you're saying making a wish, what are we really seeing? Oh, the universe is on your side? That seems very fufa. I'm sorry, it is really fufa. The real deeper meaning of the number 11, really, as again going back into this, is aligning and remembering that you are a spiritual self and aligning it in your daily actions. Daily actions. So when the 11 starts to open up, it is the time of great personal power. It is a power and strength for your spiritual advancement. So you know what's going to happen when you're seeing the 11s? Not those flowers and those wonderful starry eyes that people write all over the net and all over the world. Like, make a wish and everything's coming. Oh my God, it's such a wonderful thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a myth buster for all of you. It is the time, like, all right, this is the time for initiation. This is the time where now you're going to be placed under a lot of tests, because it is called the master teacher awakens. For you to teach, for you to guide, you must have gone through those lessons yourself. So when you're seeing the 11s, it is the time it is a gateway to your enlightenment. It is representing a new vision that is being thrust upon you. New ideas coming in, something new. It could come in as a breakdown. That's why 11s are also considered very, very unstable energy, because there's a lot of downpour of energy. When there's a lot of downpour of energy, my friends, what happens is that a lot will have to shift. Maybe you'll have to stand up. Maybe you'll have to stand up in that relationship and speak up. Maybe you've been in a toxic relationship and you've been kind of going along with it, and now it is like power and courage to me, and you need to speak up. Or it is something in a job that you were thinking like, this was not a great place for me, but I'm just doing it for the money, I'm doing it for that. Now there's a big change that comes, and there's a great push that comes, there's great ideas that come to you. So there are going to be lessons that come. So these lessons, any times you have lessons that are intrinsic to the direction of your life and the way that life molds you as a person, is not going to be easy. So what most people don't recognize, and we put all these flowers around the number 11, is that 11 is really going to activate all the things now on your life path that you have chosen in this life to incarnate here, to learn, to understand anything that's not of love. It can come through relationship. It can come through a lot of duality, a lot of people reflecting back to you the thought forms that you have, where you feel you're powerless, where you feel I don't have the freedom, I am feeling stuck, I don't have the skill sets, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I cannot make the money. All those are gonna go. So that's not easy. Yes, it's not easy. So 11 is the beginning of many life lessons. So when now we are looking at 211, it is a beginning of many life lessons related to duality, contrast. Where can I bring harmony? Where can I bring peace? Where can I bring understanding? Where can I bring compassion? Where can I bring in forgiveness in a relationship? You begin to look outward for what is taking place. How are these dynamics in my life showing up? Are these dynamics where I am feeling constricted? My energy is thwarted because so many times my throat chakra is feeling blocked. Your emotions are blocked. You haven't been able to express yourself. You haven't been able to express your creative power. And I'll talk about creative power. 11s is a boost of creative energy. But let's first talk about, why is this a gateway to enlightenment? Why is this a gateway to enlightenment? Because these very life lessons, a lot of energy. Okay, wait, let me take my shawl off. So these, give me a sec. These very life lessons that you are encountering right now are molding you as a person, and the person you are becoming because of the choices that you are making in these challenges, okay, in these life lessons that are unfolding for you. And as you are progressing, the person you're going to become is going to be a teacher that serves as a role model. Everybody will say, Archana, I don't want to be a teacher. Teacher does not mean you're going to college and teaching, or going to high school and teaching, or teaching in a vocation. Teaching is also the way you're communicating in your workplace, where you are coming from a higher vibration. Does it make sense? So this 11 is when this new vision is coming to you, and it's molding you to be the person you are. It is highlighting and you're activating a lot of your intuition. When you're activating a lot of your intuition, is you are now, when you begin to see the 11s, the whole goal of 11 is for you to trust yourself. The whole goal of 11 is for you to trust your instincts, for you to rely on yourself, for you to listen in to your inner being, for you to listen into the inner guidance, the high priestess, male, female, it does not matter. Right? So that's what the 11 activates within you. It's a psychic number. It activates the subconscious feelings and beliefs, and you pull that up to surface. Okay, so everything that's not of love and light is going to come to surface. Okay, and I like this. So the message of 11 is to accept your intuition and the gut feelings and allow it to guide you through your lessons of growth until you reach stability. See, this was like amazing website I found this, and I think it's Ask Angels, right? I think so. And it was amazing. You know why? Because 211, if you total up, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4. Right? 4 is about stability. 4 is about structure. 4 is about here and now, and about discipline. About within this structure, how can you have creativity? Okay, creativity not everywhere, but within a structure, within a frame. right? How can you stabilize your creative energy? And it is very interesting, intrinsic to 211. Okay. So I want to repeat this part. So the 11th message is to accept your intuition or your gut feelings and allow it to guide you through your lessons of growth until you reach stability. So you may be seeing the numbers 11 for a long time. I see that on my channel, people writing, oh, Archana, I've been seeing this number forever and nothing has been happening. I don't want to write their negative comments on my own channel and present. That's why I'm putting out these live sessions for you to kind of connect to and see if this makes sense. The reason why you're constantly seeing all of that is because those lessons are continuing in your life. It may continue till the end of your life, and you may not have recognized the lesson coming in, and you may still be in the stability phase. Does it make sense? So it's important to remember that. Now, it is with this great inner and spiritual strength you're going to be able to truly help and guide others. Apologies, my friend. There's going to be some outside work and noise that's going to be pulled up. Try to ignore that and focus on what I am saying. These are the pitfalls of me doing my sessions outside. All right. Now, because I was feeling this creative surge of force, which is now kind of coming down, I'm beginning to feel cold again. So let me just tell you, 11 is also this surge of creative energy that flows in. Okay. And this is a great time. This is a great time for creativity in your life. Now, isn't it amazing? The number 211 also has the number 3 in it. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is about creative forces. It's about our Empress energy. It's about growth, about fertility, about positivity and optimism. So because there's going to be a lot of creative life force, 2 of Wands, a lot of creative life force that is directing. So because you're standing here, boom, boom, boom. These are your lightning bulbs of energy, of influx of energy, incoming torpedoes, incoming light codes, incoming higher vibrational, boom, 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 boom. I'm seeing like this person being, I don't mean it in a bad way, being electrocuted, but literally like charging my brain. I'm seeing like this professor with this white hair and he gets electrocuted and his hair is there. I think it was in Back to the Future, right? Like that vision just came up. It was funny. Anyway, it was meant to be funny, okay? All right. So what was I saying? Yes. So you're getting a whole surge of that creative energy. Now, this creative energy can be misdirected. Like you can start warring with other people. You can be upset. You can be, all of that. Those are your lessons. 11 lessons. So direct it. 11 is telling you to direct your energies towards your goals. Direct and redirect. Refocus your energies on what you wish to create, what you wish to experience. I wish to experience, let's say, Archana wants to experience harmony. That's what I want in my life. I want peace. I want harmony. I want flow. I want ease. I want flow. Right? So this is what I want to, and I want to be content. That's what I don't want to say I want to be without desires, but I want to be in a state where, there's nothing that's coming up as I desire this. Okay. That's my ultimate goal. So for me to do that, I must direct my energy. Let's take the easy one. Let's take peace. Like Archana wants to encounter peace. I just want a peaceful life now. Okay. I've encountered a lot of conflict in my life and I'm kind of tired. All right. So this is my new thing, right? Giving you an example. So what must I do? I must direct my energy towards peace. Now, okay, this is me. Archana wants to be peaceful. Archana wants to exhibit peace. Peace, peace, peace. Wow, how nice. I'm just living on the mountaintop and I can be peaceful. There's nobody irritating me. Nobody triggering me. So sad. Earth. Okay, you come here. Hello, I'm here to disturb your peace. I can be your partner. I can be your sibling. I can be a parent. I can be a coworker. I can be a friend. I can be, children. I can come up. Hello. You can't be in peace. No, I want peace. Okay, so what are we doing? What am I going with all this thing? If I've chosen that I want to direct my energy towards peace, then I must look at how can I harmonize an external, which will come down to coming into your self-centered, in a self-centered, not self-centered, sorry, centered place, more aligned place. Meditate, come inward. Okay? Thank you. Understanding that we are not who we think we are actually a powerful light having the best soul growth experience. Thank you, Oneness 13, and you have the number 13 there. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I love that. Thank you for sharing. So, where was I? So, direct your creative energy to discovering your life purpose and your life path, right? So, take that energy, direct it towards your life purpose, and put it in action. You gotta put it in action. Right? That's what this creative energy is. This is the opportunity when you're seeing the 11 for major spiritual awakening, and that is going to be the catalyst. That is going to be the catalyst to your life's purpose. Okay? So focus on the vibrational energy that is coming from your thoughts. Vibrational energy from your thoughts, vibrational energy from your emotions. Okay? So start to look at them, and the vibrational energies from your actions. So this is the opportunity for your major spiritual awakening, right? That's what we talked about. So this is the time that would be wonderful for you to introduce meditation, manifesting routines, however you want to do, whether you're into rituals, routines on a daily basis is going to help you. You know, I'm going on a walk and I'm going to listen to high vibrational music. We've got isochronic tones, binaural beats that resonate at different chakras. I'm going to do chakra meditation. I'm going to speak mantras. I'm going to, do some candle ritual for myself. I'm going to connect with the goddess energy. I'm going to connect with the lunar cycle. I'm going to, go take a walk. I'm going to go run. I'm going to connect with the earth elements. I'm going to connect with the unseen. Whatever is your thing. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Whatever is your thing. Remember, one is blue, one is white. So whatever is your thing, you may be blue, the one may be white. Whatever is your thing, you do that. Okay, so that's wonderful. I like this one. Take a long, hard look at the people who are taking up space in your life. Negativity is poison. It may be time for you to cut cords and remove the negative influences in your life. So we all experience negativity. Remember, we are on this duality right here on earth. But now the key is what? I already talked about it. To direct and redirect and focus your energies towards positivity and towards what you wish to create. Okay, that's important. I'll touch a little bit upon the 3, but I'll go more into it on 3/11, March 11th, when I do the live session again. 3 is about expansion. Okay? 3 is about expansion. It's about creativity and growth. And it is a combination of 2s and 1s that, you're harmonizing forces with another and then taking action. Okay, so it's the innate expression of nature, right? The human, amalgam of body, mind, spirit, earth, sun, moon. Okay, so time itself is unfolding with past, present, future, right? So our whole full cycle of life, of birth, life, and then death. Right? So it's like the Trinity. I'll talk more about it. That's inherent in the number 211. Okay. So when you're seeing that bottom line again, the key is to focus on the 11, which is a great time for spiritual mastery. This is a great time for spiritual advancement. Invest in yourself. Invest your time and energy in yourself. Okay. The time and energy can be with money, but it doesn't have to be. Whatever it is for you, but do take that time to invest in yourself. Take the space to connect with your spiritual self, because you are a spiritual being here on earth. With you being a spiritual person being here on earth, what type of actions are you going to be taking? The 1. What type of a world are you creating? What are you putting in the cauldron of the universe? How are you looking at other people? Great point for learning. That's what the number 211 is really showing and telling you. Okay. So now we'll touch upon the liminal space. And what is a liminal space? So the liminal comes from the Latin root limen or limen, meaning the threshold. We are all standing at a threshold at this strange moment. And liminal space is our waiting zone, a waiting area. Okay? It's a place where you have left the tried and tested, but you're not able to replace it with something new. Now, these can be events or even states of being in which you leave something behind, but you haven't really arrived at your destination. Right? We've all been in these liminal spaces. You're in between. You've ended a relationship, and now you've not gone into new one. So there's that liminal space. Okay, you've left a job, but you haven't started something new. Okay, etc. You've moved. You've moved country to country, or there's a waiting zone, or even when you're traveling by air or something, there's a waiting zone in between. That's called a liminal space. But before I go into what I was channeling and writing, I want to talk about, because the moment I heard, meaning I read my own what I wrote about threshold, what's coming to me is the hero's journey. If you're not familiar with it, I would encourage you to read a little bit about the hero's journey. I may do a video on it, because there's a lot of material there by Joseph Campbell. And it talks about how each one of us enters from this, he calls a so-called ordinary world, into the extraordinary world. And the first part is there's a call, and that 11 represents that call, the call to adventure, the call to something new. You got this great idea, the great vision. That's what the 11 was downpouring, right? There was incoming torpedoes coming in with all the high vibe energies and all high vibe stuff for you. Okay? So now there's this call. My God, I'm excited. Oh my God, there's this new adventure. And then there is what we call as, before you enter, before the hero doesn't know he or she's a hero, before they enter it, there's this gate. That's why it's called the gate of enlightenment. 11 is the gate of enlightenment. There's this gate. Now there's this gate, and the person, the hero, male or female, has to cross it. There's this excitement. Okay, you know what? That thing looks exciting, but I'm not really sure. So there's this back and forth. That threshold is how you cross over into a new experience. Many times, I want to start with, many times we find ourselves in liminal spaces are very needed. Why? Right? This is the place of greatest growth, at the threshold. But also know that this is the place where we can find ourselves being stuck. Like Archana was in a liminal space when she was afraid to take the dive into the swimming pool, okay? Because there was an unknown, there was a fear, whatever the deal was, right? There was something going on in Archana's mind at that time, and she waited and waited and waited before taking the dive in, okay? So there was a liminal space, and that was okay. It was needed for that courage to come up. But there could have been an alternate reality where Archana just absolutely is paralyzed with fear, and just takes the steps back down from the diving board and says, I am never going to dive. So be mindful, because I'm going to tell you the positive first of why liminal space is so important and why we are afraid of liminal space. So let's start with that first. But I like to give dual, right? I like to give you both sides of the coin. And you make a choice on where you are in the liminal space in your life, 1 or 2, totally your choice. I'm going to give you both choices, remember? Okay. Liminal spaces are very difficult to navigate. Why is that? Liminal spaces are difficult to navigate because we are in transition. This is a transitionary phase. When we are between one phase and another, it is accompanied by what? Not knowing. I don't know what that new job is going to be. I don't know what that relationship is going to be. I don't know if I want to trust that. And the not knowing can be a torturous experience for some of us. Yeah, I think for many of us, right? Everyone wants to know that the decisions they're making will yield positive outcomes. Wow, isn't that a wonderful world to be in? I mean, I love this already. I want to know the decision that I'm going to make. Remember, I think Derek had said that, it's about choices. Yes. So I want to know that if I'm going to enter this pathway from the Two of Swords or the Two of Wands, I'm going into this pathway. It's on that runway. Did I make the right choice? Am I going to get a positive outcome, or am I going to have an experience, negative experience? If I jump into this new relationship, is it going to be bad like my previous one, or what is the guarantee that this is going to be good? What about this job? I'm leaving this one and going into this. What is the guarantee that it's going to be really good? Okay? It is, everyone wants to know, okay, that the decisions you're making are going to yield the positive results. And hello, this is the game of predictability and unpredictability. So let me give you one fun thing. We're going to wrap up our session in the next less than 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So, tarot readers, I'm one of them, right? Tarot readers, all of us. Or let's say weather forecasters or other predictors. Okay, I love it because I did a lot of statistical models in my my MBA. I remembered I loved statistics, was one of my favorite subjects, and we did a lot of projections, analysis, and trajectories of, if this is what's taking place, what is the predictability? It's important. I'm very logical minded, so I love it. However, life versus what data analysis is, it's wonderful, right? I'm packing and you're trying to go someplace. The weather predicted that it's going to be, so many degrees and it's going to rain, and it doesn't. Or it doesn't say it rains. We can only predict, but we cannot say for certain that this is what's going to happen, right? Because there's a lot of other unknown factors, right? We try to, and because we have been ingrained for lifetimes and lifetimes, for eons and centuries, to have this predictive, to have this logic, to have this knowing, I must know where I'm going. I must know it, otherwise I will not make a trip. I must know. So we have cut off the intuition, okay? So the not knowing, the predictability and unpredictability. No tarot reader can tell you this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that about myself too. So when someone takes a personal reading from me, I firstly say, I can't tell you and I cannot make your choice. And I cannot tell you this will happen for certain, but I can tell you that this is the energy that's at play. Like, okay, there's going to be a swimming pool. You will have a chance to take a dive in it. I can tell you that's what's showing up. Will you dive in that swimming pool for the first time is going to be on you. Does it make sense? So we can never have that predictability that we want. So once you can understand that, I cannot control the outcomes. I can never have certainty as much as I desire certainty. If I can shed that belief, if I can let that, I can relax into, I'm going to do the best and I'm going to go with what feels right to me right now. And I'm going to go with trust. I'm going to go with hope. I'm going to go with faith that this is the right decision for me. And this is what's going to take me to the next space. Okay. One has to do what? You have to take a risk. So you are taking a risk to get the potential reward with little or no guarantee. Okay. That it's going to pay off. This is where you're trusting yourself, your intuition, and your faith. And when you trust your path and the events that are occurring, even if they seem to be falling apart, because they're actually falling in place, now you are able to get out of this liminal space. And now do you understand why it is difficult to navigate? It's because we want predictability. So now the question for you is, what aspect or what area in your life are you in a liminal space and you've been in there for a long, long time? Okay, again, there's no set bar, there's no set barrier on 1 month, 1 week, 1 day. Okay, you'll know intuitively, okay, what that is. You have to be okay with the uncertainty. You have to be okay with the not knowing. You have to become an expert at weighing the risk versus reward. You have to allow yourself the space to be, without expectations, without reservations, without your wonderful inner critic coming up and saying you can't do this, or this is bad, this is bad. So that's where the greatest transformation occurs. So the reason why I wanted to talk about the liminal spaces is because we find ourselves on that threshold many times about, I wonder what would have happened if I'd taken the plunge in that job, or, I really wanted to leave that relationship, and, this wonderful person came into my life, and, I was just afraid to be vulnerable. I was afraid to open up. there's no guarantees. So where do you find yourself in the liminal space? There is a growth. And many times, so I'll give you now the one I've explained this liminal space, and then we'll wrap up our session for today. The first part is when you are leaving one relationship, and I'll take that example. Many of you ask about relationship, and then we are moving into the next one. There is a gap in between. That's your liminal space, and it's needed. And many times we rush into it. And when you rush into it, the growth has not fully taken place. You've not fully aligned. Okay? So it's like you've had surgery and then you want to jump into work the next day. There has to be some resting period in between for the body to recover, for the mind, for the trauma that has taken place on a body surgery, for it to recover, right? So that's the liminal space. Give yourself the time to be, where you don't have to know the answers. You may not know the direction we're going. Okay, this has happened with me too very recently. Like from October onwards, I've been feeling like I'm doing this phoenix shedding, and I don't know which direction I'm going to go in. Do I want to do this? Do I want to collaborate with this? So there was a little bit of uncertainty, and I caught myself getting a little bit uptight about it. And that's just saying it mildly. I'm doing better now. I just had to allow myself that space, the liminal space, to settle in whatever changes have taken place internally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally over, let's say, most of 2022 and up to 2022. So I needed to give myself that space and not jump into, I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to manifest this. Right? Giving yourself that space to be is where the growth takes place. Because then when you'll come out of it, there will be lessons you would have integrated. There would be energies you have integrated. There would be more enlightenment and aha moments that would come to you. Does it make sense? So that's important for you to understand why liminal spaces are where we get formed. It's like in the mother's womb. The baby is in that liminal space. Okay? The 9 months of gestation in the mother's womb is where the body is forming of the child, right? It's just like from there, it's just growing into full born, and then there's a birthing. So you allow for that gestation period. That's the liminal space. That's the first aspect of understanding a liminal space and allowing yourself not knowing and not rushing into the next thing, okay? So that's the first thing to see. Are you trying to rush from one to the other? First part. Now, I want to give you the polar idea. Now, this I will take generational. So it would be, let me put it this way. Let's talk pre-COVID times. Pre-COVID times, we had a different lifestyle. We moved about things in a different way. And we'll go a little bit more further. And let's go a little bit further than pre-COVID. I'm talking like maybe another 20 years. Let's go back to when Archana was younger. I'm going to be, well, it's what, February 11th now? February 13th is my birthday. So it's my birthday. I'm going to be 54. Okay, so let's go back into my day, back into the 80s. All right, so I was like a teenager in my 80s. And I remember during that time, whether it's the internet or whether it's other things, very different, okay? Now we're fast forwarding up now to 2022 plus, right? Long time forward. Now, what happens in that long time? The big things boost with internet. Everything's going online. Look at that. I mean, I could have never imagined groceries coming to your doorstep. I mean, like, really, how can you have fresh food delivered to your doorstep? That was not understood concept at that time. Now, I could continually live from that mindset of back in the day that, you know what, it is not okay for me to get the food from outside being delivered. It is not okay. So now what am I doing? I'm holding on to something of the old, but I'm not accepting that the new is coming and the structure is changing. Everything's going online. There's technology everywhere. So if I resist the technology, I'm resisting the change on a larger scale that is already taking place. On a collective level, we are moving to a new world. We are moving to a new way of being. The way we are communicating, the way we are doing things, the way information is available, the way we make money, everything is changing. And if I continue with certain beliefs, okay, so I'm gonna only say bad things about meaning I don't want to point fingers at another person. So I'm talking generational. So when we are stuck in a certain generation, like the good old days, the good old days, yes, but have that experience of the good old days or the good old experience or the good old job, but also see where the world is going. That's where the great awareness is. The awareness is, and your soul growth is, I see a new world coming. I see that the millennials, the Gen X, the Gen Z, I don't know, all those Gen. I'm like the old one, right? So I'm not in the Gen. Right? All these, like my kids, and now eventually my kids will kids, and we're talking like, I mean, you guys were born with cell phones, and mama got that ugly ass phone when I was like, I don't know, 21. And now I feel like when a person is gonna give birth, they're gonna give birth with technology. Like, okay. I mean, so you guys are gonna be, the newer generations are gonna be so good with technology. So rather than judging that technology is bad, rather than judging that this new generation is bad, anything new is bad, how about you step into there, I take what was there and I accept that is dying. Accepting what is dying is important when we are in this second part that I'm talking about, the liminal space. Accept what is dying. A certain way of being is gone. There's a death to that. Can I accept this? What can I take from the past and anchor that in and let that tradition, let that energy flow into, and let that be the cornerstone for future growth, so that the future generations can now build upon the positives of this and let them have the center stage to take the world to the next place. So my job should be not to hold the future back, but to give the freedom to the future with a good backing of the past. And same for the new. You cannot shun all the things that have taken place. You are here because of certain mental energies, mental understanding. So yes, maybe generations and generations before you could not have thought about air travel or moved beyond the community. But you can. So understand that, offer understanding to the past, honor the past, because that was a certain generation and that was a certain understanding. So every generation has its own energy. But where do you find yourself in this second space, in this generation? Are you in this liminal space? And are you in this place where you are not accepting what is changing? What is changing is the way the economy is going to be. What is changing the way our political structure is going to be. What is changing is going to be the way the education system is. What is changing is the way money flows. What is changing is relationships. What is changing is our marriage institutions. What is changing is the way we eat, the way we think, the way we are, the way we breathe, the way we do things. Everything is changing. We are entering a brand new energetic space, my friends. Since we're entering a brand new energetic space, it is effing important for us to understand that this is coming. Whether I like it or not, the rug is going to be pulled. So my friends, isn't it prudent to see that, do I want to hold on to those I don't want to say hold on to. Do I want to hold on to and put on certain glasses and not see that the new is coming, and seeing that the new is bad? The new is bad. If we can come from this centering place, that we can merge, that I as a human am merging two aspects, this old, this part, the path, no, the past, sorry, that's what I want to say. I'm merging the past. I am the thread to the past and I am the thread to the future. And through me, there is a great connection of the past and the future. And I serve in the center point of harnessing the amazingness of the past, harnessing even the challenges, and seeing that through those challenges our mind grew, our consciousness grew to evolve. Now we have robotics, we have this, we have that, the doctors are available everywhere. They didn't have that there. How amazing is that? Right? So I am this conduit of light connecting in this present moment two energies of the past and the future. Where are you in your liminal space? That's what's coming through for our session today. Thank you all for tuning in. And it is 11:02, so we have gone full hour here. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer them for you, my friends. Always look at everything or anything that you come across your path as nothing but a lesson to recognize and learn from it. Yes, and do not let anyone say otherwise. And we are here on learning. I know there's a lag in our in the system, so that's why I'm waiting for a couple of minutes for all of you to ask any questions if you want to have any share. Otherwise, I will close our session for today. Thank you all for tuning in. And may this 211 portal, because it is a portal, may this 211 portal open up your heart to receive the higher knowledge and wisdom. And may you take that and implement that in your life through harmony, peace, and understanding in your relationships. That is what I would wish for. And I'm going to share with you, and I kept it here to share, and I totally forgot about it. This was like years back when I had started my spiritual journey. One of my friends, she loves like art and stuff, so she signed me up for in America. I mean, I don't know here. We have these art and paint. Paint and sip sessions. And I don't really drink. It's just for fun. I hold a glass and take a sip here and there. So she had taken me to that. I want to show you this. So we did this. Let me see. Can you see this? Yes. You see this? I painted that. And I'm not a painter really, but this one is the pathway. That's what I had seen in there. So it was wonderful that when I looked at this pathway, and as I was writing our session for today, I was looking at all the blue here, and it looked like a waterfall. It looked like I didn't realize I had 4 trees, like the 1111, and there's that pathway. So I decided I want to bring this up. Oh my God, I got a hole in my canvas here. Whoops. But the energy is beautiful. I love that there were 4 trees and there's a pathway, and there are all these wonderful experiences or flowers, and the pathway is what you choose, right? So you open up to this pathway. Yes. So 1111 is that pathway. Namaste, and thank you all for tuning in. I love you all, and have a wonderful rest of the month. I know I got a request for making a love focused reading. I know I haven't been doing those. I don't know if I'll be able to do it next week, because I'm going to go see my mom. She's visiting from India after 15 years. She's with my sister in the Bay Area, and her birthday is Valentine's Day and mine is 13. So we are kind of gonna kind of be like hanging out together. So I'm actually not taking my laptop at any work. I know my kids have ordered they get tired. They've ordered some cards that I wanted, and I think my sister is ordering some cards. So I don't know if I'll be able to do like a quick recording about the love reading, but it may come after Valentine's Day. Okay, loves? So I have definitely kept that in mind. I love you all and bless you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Namaste.